Somebody rang in saying that their 9-year-old was being disruptive and they couldn't handle it, and they wanted the police to go around and basically scare them. So I said, and my sergeant, I got it dropped to my workload actually. And I said to my sergeant, like, I'm not fucking doing that. Like, why am I going around parenting
They can't fucking
bloody
parent.
kid? Exactly. But the sergeant would, because they rang them back and said, yeah, we're not going round for that, because the person kicked off. They said, no, you've got to go. And I ended up leaving before I ended up actioning that job. And my mate who I was still in contact with said, yeah, he ended up getting it, and he had to go around and basically bollock this kid and scare this kid. It's like, one, you're showing that the police are the parents, which the child doesn't have. And two, you're making the kids scared of the police. Well, you don't want to be scared of the police. You want the police to
respect them and know that they're going to be
respect
there
them
to
and
help.
also call for help. Exactly. So, but that just comes down to shit leadership. That the sergeant I had when I left wasn't the best. Any kind of pushback or backflack, it was like, oh, we can't have a complaint. Well, why?
It's the same, yeah.
I used to finish a job, I'd get off the phone to somebody and used to say to the sergeant, that's a complaint.
Yeah,
because I've told them
I
no.
do the same. It's like people nowadays just can't be told no. And then they treat, it's like the video you made the other day, that people treat the police like a social service as well. I'm not here to parent your child. That's your problem. If you can't parent your child, that's not on us. We're not here to come and discipline them for you.
I remember I had one, and it was kids arguing in the street. Like, one kid had pushed another kid over and they'd reported it to the police. And they were both one of those families where they definitely got like live, laugh, love posters on the wall, and more
Crushed
clothes
velvet.
on the floor. Exactly. And they look like they shop at fucking, they got all the furniture from B&M or the Range or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but I just wouldn't necessarily have a diamante couch in my living room. But anyway,
Each to their own.
I'm probably going to get a few people commenting going, I've got a diamante couch up there. So listen,
Live, laugh,
you
love.
have whatever the fuck you want. Live, laugh, love, exactly. Exactly. So another one here. Hey Jay, bought your book and you were kind enough to sign it. Thank you very much. I've been in the job for 8 years. I was told by a DC that an officer was on a crime scene fairly recently with a crime scene log. During their stint, their father turned up to say hello to them. That officer asked if their dad could take over the scene so they could have a break and get some food. What the fuck is going on with recruits? Hi everyone, this video is sponsored by my best-selling police memoir, The Job's Fuck Secret Diary of a Police Officer. If you want to find out the things that really happen in the police, the good, the bad and the ugly, the things what the police really don't want people to know, then check this book out. The book is available on Kindle, paperback and audio, and you can get it from the link in the description of this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and show some support to the channel. You can also sign up to my newsletter to receive news and updates, and you can even support me on Patreon for as little as a price of coffee a month. I'm a one-man army doing this, so your support means the absolute world. So please sit back, relax and enjoy the video.
We had that. It was awful. So they ended up getting sacked, I think. They were like 19,
I wonder why.
fresh out of training, and they were on a scene guard. I think it was for a murder, and text their mum like, I'm going to be home late, and then the mum like kept repeatedly calling them, and they kept stepping aside to answer their phone whilst on the scene guard. Then the mum turned up and took them home.
No.
And they left the scene guard.
So they left the scene of a murder because their mum turned up and said...
I think they were double crewed, and that's how PSD caught wind of it all. But yeah, decided their mum had gone and like, they were like, dinner's ready, you've got to come home. It's like, what is it? It's not a fucking school. They're at a job. They're a police officer. Like,
yeah.
What is going on? I know, and it's just, you do think, you go, what the fuck did you think? That you would just, if you finish 2 hours late, that you can just go home when you decide to. It's just...
Not everyone understands that. Like I've had mates message me and say, like, if we've had plans or something and they've been stuck on the job, saying like, mate, you finished 2 hours ago, like why are you still at work? Come out. Like, I can't just leave.
Oh yeah, hang on, let me just park that. Yeah.
I'm on a scene, or I'm waiting for a decision off CPS or something. Like, I can't just, and people don't always understand it. And I think that's something what needs to be made clear when people join the service. Because I'm sure the ambulance service or the fire service is the same.
Yeah.
Yes, you might be on a 7-7 or a 6, whatever. But that's
not your finish time.
That finish time is malleable.
Yeah.
that's ideally when you want to finish, but it isn't necessarily the case. And I think they need to make people who join in the service aware of that. Like, you will have days where you will not get off on time. You'll probably have entire sets where you will not get off on time once.
Yeah.
And it's about obviously like how you manage that. But it is a pain, and the fact that the mum came and collected them on the story you said, and that the dad took over the scene guard on this one is a bit ridiculous. But I've also heard of stories where there was an officer who suffered with anxiety, and what they did was they had a blanket where they could put over their head in the office, and if they put the blanket over the head, they wouldn't be able to go to jobs, and nobody could talk to them. So it was like a safety blanket, and this was just accepted. And I'm all for making reasonable adjustments to people who do have depression or mental health or whatever. But there's also like, okay, but what about the needs of the job? Are you in the right job if you do struggle with that?
Probably not. If you've got to sit there with a blanket over your head, you should probably be reevaluating your life choices.
Absolutely, reevaluating your career choices. So
there's definitely been moments that I want to sit there with a blanket over my head, but you just can't.
You just can't do it. You
You
can't.
can't.
You're a fucking police officer.
You just got to get back up and go carry on.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not bothering.
Yeah, you know what? Fetal position with the blanket. I'm out. Anxiety.
Yeah. I can't do it. No, it's not. I mean, you were just in the wrong job. If you need to do that, and if your mum's ringing you up every 5 minutes. I heard a story of a guy who a copy didn't turn into work, and the sergeant kept ringing him and he wasn't answering. So concerned, he went round to his house, and it turns out the mum or the parents had grounded him, and then said they took his work phone off him as well. So I think the sergeant then threatened to lock up the mum for stealing police property, unless like they gave the phone back and the guy could come back to work. It's just ridiculous.
I think that's it, is when you start getting your parents to interfere. Like, you're an adult, and I think that's on the parents more than it is on them. Like, your child is literally a police officer, and they're not a child anymore. They are a fully grown, functioning adult. Yes, they live in your house. Yes, respect your rules, but don't start interfering with their job.
Exactly. And like you said, you're not just working at Tesco's, are you?
No.
You're on a bleeding murder scene. There's one, and this is actually from some of the emergency services. So it says, I'm not a police officer, but I wanted to share this anyway. So we're always open to get some input from other people. A few nights ago, in a store a few miles from mine, the night manager overdosed and died in the store. One would think that corporate would close the store for respect of staff or at least clean it. But no, the wheels of capitalism stop for no man. They simply hauled the dead manager out of the store and kept the shift going. So the store manager died from an overdose, and rather than, maybe close it for the day, they just hauled him out the back door and then just carried on.
I would hate to say I'm surprised, but I'm really not.
Well, this was in America as well.
Oh, yeah. It just shows you're a number, doesn't it?
That's certainly something I say to people, like when they're really stressed about work or they're stressed about the jobs and stuff. I'm like, listen, if you went off sick or you quit, there would be someone sat in your chair within a few weeks. Like, don't break yourself for a job, because there is more to life outside of the job you're currently doing. We can just sometimes get conditioned to believe that that's all there is.
Yeah.
And like this shows, you could literally die at work.
They carry on working around you.
You reckon you have to keep stepping over him?
Now you've just died and we're waiting for the undertakers, but I really need some bananas.
Squeeze past you there, thank you.